Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome to Warrior Fieldhouse. Running a few minutes behind. We were supposed to start at 4:40. We're going to be starting closer to 5:20. Got about 9 minutes in the warm-up period. The Indians set to take on the Warriors of Anadarko in the third-place game. Coming off a tough loss last night to Lawton MacArthur. There'll be a rematch of that contest up this coming Thursday. So if you are joining us live from Warrior Fieldhouse, we thank you for being part of the traveling contingent. And if you're joining us through the broadcast at elrenoindians.tv, we're very glad you are able to join us remotely. A couple of reminders, we're back to action following this game. The ladies will play at 6 o'clock for the championship of the girls bracket, where they will take on Millwood. That'll be our last game of the afternoon, as El Reno lost yesterday to move them to what we call the right side of the bracket, the left side of the bracket, the loser side of the bracket. So they'll play in the third place game in just a few minutes. The girls will play immediately following this. It's scheduled for 6. Don't think it's going to start at 6, barring any unforeseen circumstances. El Reno tonight wearing the blue uniforms, indicative of the visitors on the scoreboard. Blue with silver accents and white trim. The Warriors wearing their white with purple piping, indicative of being the home team on the scoreboard. If you're getting feedback in the audio, we apologize. This is the way we've got the internet connection configured with us today, so trying to reposition that so we don't have those issues ongoing. A couple of additions to the El Reno roster want to bring to your attention. Gavin Williams, a 5'9" junior or sophomore guard, wearing number 0 now. Another addition, so that's a substitution. An addition is 44, Jaden Robinson, a 6'3" junior, one of the backup centers for the Indians. And of course, if you follow El Reno Athletics on social media, you saw the announcement put out by Athletic Director Rodney Hayden, the athletic department today. Want to read that to you. El Reno Public Schools has a contract with Squirtle.com to live stream all athletic and school events. Squirtle has recently partnered with Oklahoma City's Channel 5 for sports highlights. We are seeking businesses in and around our community who would like to advertise on our stream during live events. Currently, including the events of last night, the games of last night, through the last 5 basketball games, the El Reno broadcast has averaged over 3,000 viewers per contest. If you're interested in advertising with us, contact the athletic director, Rodney Hayden, or the community representative, Brooke Robertson. You can get a hold of Rodney, that's R. Hayden, Haydon, at elrenops.org, or B. Robertson, ROBERTSON, at elrenops.org. Reach out to one of those two. They'll get you all the information you need, everything from a commercial to your logo on the screen. Any and every price point, we've got you accounted for. We're approaching 5.5 in the warm-up period before we throw it up at the circle to start the contest. Don't have a roster for the Warriors of Anadarko tonight, but if you are a Warrior fan, an Anadarko fan, and you're joining us tonight as part of our broadcast, we thank you very much for tuning in, and we thank you and your administration, your support folks, your athletic department for all their hospitality over the last 3 days. January 25th will be the Pink Out game. El Reno set to take on Kingfisher. So come out. We are having a Pink Out game in support of the Stillwater girls basketball coach, Kendra Kilpatrick. She's currently putting up her best efforts against the monster that is breast cancer. All of us know we're all related to somebody who has been afflicted by cancer, so come out January 25th, wear your pink, show your spirit, and support Coach Kilpatrick of Stillwater in her ongoing battle against breast cancer. They're also selling a Pink Out Night t-shirt if you're interested in ordering that. Contact Jennifer Hardaway at the high school. Brooke Robertson probably has that link as well and can get you all the information you need. We've got an exciting addition to our halftime show tonight. The head girls coach, Jennifer Douglas, is going to join us for a few minutes to do an interview. And as always, on the microphone with us tonight, we want to welcome back Kurt Parker. And Kurt, I slept hard last night. I reflected on it. Obviously, there were some issues with the officiating and probably not the first half that El Reno wanted. Moved them over to the left side of the bracket, but an opportunity to come out and redeem themselves against what should be a fairly full house. Anadarko is known for their basketball prowess. Perennial state tournament contenders.
Yes.
And so certainly not a matchup worth overlooking, but El Reno has every opportunity to come out and make the corrections and right the wrongs of last night.
Correct. Yeah, we dug a hole, and we're down almost 20 at halftime, and came back, and I couldn't be prouder of the boys, and I rewatched the video again, and there were so many opportunities that we had that the boys are growing up. They're understanding how important it is to get those possessions and to keep those possessions, and that was all the difference in the second half and what they can, an easy fix. But, we'd be remiss without saying that we had some freshmen step up big time off the bench last night, including and always Carter Romanos starting freshman. So I'm excited. It's going to be a great rest of the season. If you are not coming out and watching them play in person, you need to. The boys and girls are well coached. They work hard. They play buzzer to buzzer, and come out and enjoy some El Reno basketball.
Absolutely. And Kurt, you probably have experienced this firsthand more than certainly me, but as well as our viewers and our listeners at home. But a raucous but respectful home crowd, and especially home student section, can be worth 5 points or more in favor of the home team.
Yeah,
and I think we saw that in the McGinnis game.
Mm-hmm.
We saw that really in every home contest we've had so far. I know last year was an anomaly with COVID not allowing too many people inside the building from outside, but now that they've opened that back up, we encourage everybody to come out, and that 5 points can make a huge difference in a tight ball game. You come out functionally with a 5-0 lead if you're able to keep your crowd in it, keep your students in it. And I'll tell you what, we've got some really clever students at El Reno High School.
We do.
Who are, I think, as prepared with their banners and their responses to the opponents as the coaches are with their game plans.
Yes, absolutely. And they one of the things that I really enjoy about our student body is they are students of the game. They know what's going on.
Oh, absolutely.
And another thing is our cheer squad last night was rocking this place, and they did a great job motivating the team and getting our crowd going. And we appreciate them and their sponsorship and their coaches so much.
Absolutely. So, yeah, big thanks to the El Reno Cheer and Spirit team. Great work by their head coach and sponsor, Jacqueline Smith. And anytime El Reno's got something competitive going on, even in events where we don't traditionally see a cheer squad like softball, there's always somebody from the cheer squad there making their presence known, sitting in the stands.
Yeah. So
big thanks to them and all they do. Just a few seconds left. Clock's nearing 0. We're getting ready to get into the starting lineups. We'll bring those to you as we get them. We expect Coach Hayden to stay with his tried and true 5. The good news is he's starting some young folks, as he has all season. He's got some senior leadership on the floor. Dominic Havern, the starting point guard. James Revelis, the undersized junior, plays well above his listed 6'3". And then having a deep bench and the ability to reach back and grab those folks off the bench when you need them, and know that you're going to be able to play them with confidence. They understand your system, and they can execute your system. And starting tonight for the Indians, the freshman guard, Carter Romanos, I'm sorry. The sharpshooting Matthew Topai, wearing number 4 on his chest tonight. The senior floor general, Dominic Havern. Number 14, the elder Romanos, Evan Romanos, the junior. And rounding out the starting 5 tonight, 35, the junior James Revelis.
Yeah, and I talked to Jacob Robertson last night, and he'll be back with us in 2 weeks, and that's that other big presence that we're missing right now.
Absolutely.
That gives James a little bit of a breather, and you mentioned last night about James cramping up a little bit and some things going on with him because he has been playing so many minutes.
Yes.
And that big presence of Jacob Robertson coming back in 2 weeks, we're going to definitely be excited about that.
Absolutely. Starting for the Warriors tonight, numbers 1, 11, 12. Bring you the next two when they hop off here. Number 13. There's one more. And number 23. And, you know, Kurt, it makes a difference. Now that Anadarko lost last night, moved over to the losers bracket, you and I saw the last two nights, they played the late game as the hosting team. They shut the lights off, and they bring the spotlights up, and they bring the big college, the NBA type environment to the run through, and you know, moving over to the losers bracket on the loss last night takes that psychological edge away. Correct. From the home team.
Yes. And
it's playing on a Saturday, so I'm sure they're, you know, looking around, lots of Anadarko fans here. I don't see a student section. There's lots of students scattered throughout the arena, but again, you take the environment as it comes, you adapt, and you overcome. And to handle the duties in the circle of Reveles, is obviously going to be out jump there, but I don't know that Coach Hayden expected to win that. I think they probably came out with a defensive mindset. Now Reno's going to handle their defensive obligations first. Good gap by Reveles there. Scouting report says we're going to make him knock a couple down before we own that matchup.
Tough shot by number 12.
Absolutely.
Well contested, no foul, good job.
El Reno falls behind early 2-0. Although if you see the scoreboard, it says 72. Don't be distracted by that. I think just a data entry error by the scoreboard operator. Dom from good shot fake from Dom to open that drive lane up. That resulted in a great pass. And are we going to score the basket or not? So the basket was scored. And we are being told that the basket went in before the foul was called. And it should be a 2-point basket. Scoreboard put it up as 3. I show it 2-2. But James Reveles is going to be called for his first foul on the off ball.
That was probably residual from last night because it was so physical. James physicaled the guy underneath.
Exactly.
So and he'll adjust.
And you saw the scouting report in action there. Reveles stepped back with 2 feet in the paint, let his man shoot the 3. It was a competitive shot, but it wasn't a terribly close shot, so I think you continue to stay with that game plan until proven wrong. 3 by the big fella. Now he knocks that one down, so now we start looking at covering that. 5-2 the El Reno deficit now. Havern's going to bring it into the front court, set the offense up. James looks at Evan, clears him out. A little physical play by 23 for Anadarko there. James got to be stronger with the ball there. He had it just kind of soft over the top of his head. To Anadarko's credit, they poked it loose.
Correct.
When you catch that ball, you get in what we call that 3-point position, that shooting pocket.
Yes.
So if
catch
you get
triple threat and be ready to do something.
Great decision by Reveles, and he's going to draw the and one.
And what a beautiful assist by Dom.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Kept it high to where Reveles had to go up and get it. Didn't make him a short player. Made him a taller post. Great job.
And for our young point guards at home, that's that window. You see it, you throw it. If you think about it, it's gone.
That's right.
That's film work. That's doing drills in practice, and that's just reacting to the window you're given. Reveles going to go 0 for 1 to start the night, but El Reno trails by just 1, 5-4. Neither team sub. We have 6:14 to play. The clock is running. I'm not sure it's supposed to be, but it is. The clock was running on the inbounds there. Looks like a quick adjustment made. Dom stops the shooter. El Reno playing a tight man-to-man. Yeah, and they're going to get Reveles for a hand check. Good call there. But again, an adjustment that Reveles is going to have to have picked up 2 fouls early. We're less than 4 minutes into the contest, and he's got 2 penalties against him. Okay, that's his second team foul. And they are going to bring in the young freshman, Trey Davis, to sub him out.
Yeah, and with the minutes that tough minutes that Trey got last night.
Absolutely.
He grew up a lot, so I'm excited to see what he's going to do today with the knowledge that he gained.
Absolutely. Great pocket pick there by Carter Romanos. He's going to lead the break. Good decision. Your instincts right there, and a great foul Great basket take to draw the foul, rather, by Carter Romanos. Your instinct, if you get that steal, is to sprint full speed. He didn't have a numbers advantage.
That's right.
And you can be baited into a charge, or you can be baited into a situation that may not be beneficial for you, a turnover, an out-of-control situation. So you come up three-quarter speed. You don't have the man advantage. Set your offense up. Romanos going to go 0-4 on that first look there. El Reno struggled from the free throw line at times yesterday, and has for periods throughout the season. So I think free throw is going to be key, as they are in every game. Knocks the second one down. 1 for 2 goes the younger Romanos. El Reno ties it up 5 apiece. 5.5 to play in the first. El Reno all tied up with the host Warriors. Good double team.
Good dig right there by Topai.
And that dig by Topai forces our Anadarko all the way out to the midcourt stripe to set the offense up, and Dominic nearly had the steal. And that's a tough play, but great effort there by Dom.
It is, and early on, we are getting deflects.
Yes.
And that is going to turn into turnovers.
As we saw in the girls' game last night, and as you've mentioned several times throughout the season, deflections early result in steals and turnovers later.
Yes.
It's easy to have a deflection and have the offense recover when you got fresh legs.
And there's another one, and we got the steal on that one.
Good decision by Trey Davis. Bounce pass. Carter looked to score there. Great pass by Carter.
Right there. Good finish by Trey.
Yep. Credit Carter Romanos with the assist. He wanted that shot. He didn't field the pass cleanly, but he saw Trey on a wide open cut and said, I'll just help my teammate out here. Nice, easy bounce pass, fundamental transition. That's basically a transition layup for Trey Davis.
Yes, and that's a freshman to freshman, so we're going to be seeing that combination a lot over the next 3 or 4 years.
The three-point basket puts the Warriors back on top, 8-7 over the Indians. Little dribble weave action. Carter Romanos from the far side corner. Rim short, but great O-board by the freshman Trey Davis. Topai spots up, no good. Another good offensive rebound by Davis. At some point, you want Davis to look to score off of those.
Give him the ball. You see his numbers. He's
Yep.
posting up. He's working hard
Absolutely.
on the defensive glass. Give him the ball.
And Dominic Havern, if that shot goes in, not only does he get the credit, but he's also going to be called.
Great job.
Basically, he's going to seal his man off. He's going to both get the assist and the screen, but a great job by Dominic Havern. Saw the contact coming, drew the contact, and El Reno's going to get an opportunity to quick basket on the out-of-bounds play.
Yes, somebody failed to tell Dom that he was the shortest guy on the floor, so he went ahead and grabbed the rebound. Good job by him.
And so 2 options here. It looks like they're going to try and get a 3 from the corner. Head coach Rodney Hayden calling his offense. I think they actually decided to get that in and try and get into a quick offensive look rather than a quick score off the inbounds.
As Trey's got a good seal, if they skip it. Nope.
And into great spin move in line there, skip pass. And eventually that pass will be there. Now, to Anadarko's credit, they've scouted Davis. They've got, and they're running a man-to-man. They've got good backside help, so Trey's sealing his man off, kind of the three-quarter high seal.
Yes.
And he's looking for that pass over the top, but El Reno sees that. He knows he's got help, and the guards, when they're looking at that, if you're the postman, you don't know you've got help behind you, and you're calling for the ball, your guards have to talk to you. You've got help, reverse. At that point, reverse the floor, make that guard who's help side scramble out to cover the corner, and you can get a good deep seal and an easy layup look.
Nice 3.
And a good rhythm 3 from Dominic, not known as a sharpshooter, but can shoot with confidence when he's able to catch it in rhythm.
And see, that's what you, when you have a post like Trey and James, both of them work so hard, and
by the Warriors.
So they have to honor that and double it, and that leaves somebody open on the perimeter, and Dom found that.
Absolutely. 11-10, El Reno trailing by 1 as the Warriors answer with a 3 of their own. But those 3 answer buckets, unless you're having a world-class Steph Curry-style shooting night, those aren't going to fall every trip down the floor. Got to be a better pass there, and that's going to go as a turnover. Good decision by Topai not to foul, and a great fundamental run by. He didn't swat at the ball. He just stuck his hand out, challenged the shooter. We'll see if he's able to make up for it here. Corner 3 by Topai. High arcing shot. Great tip by Evan Romanos.
Romanos to Romanos. That was nice.
I actually think that was Romanos to Trey Davis. Not sure. In any event, El Reno leads 12-11. And the Evan Romanos, he caught that. He looked to score on it, but he was a little bit flat, kind of parallel, maybe behind the edge of the backboard a little bit. Right. So really tough angle, Larry Bird sort of shot there. Saw he had a teammate wide open under the basket, quick flip pass. Nice, easy, fundamental reverse layup. Answer 3. Anadarko shooting the ball well from deep tonight. We'll see how long they're able to keep that up. And I think if you're Evan Romanos, look to drive right there. The help was late coming. The help was late closing out. Go ahead and drive when the closeout mound's on the run. Loose ball. And a held ball is going to favor the Indians here.
And you know, something happened right there is Trey was showing the numbers.
Absolutely.
That's when you give him the ball. And that will be something that on tape, Coach Hayden will definitely show his young point guard and say, when you see those numbers, give him the ball immediately.
Absolutely.
Don't wait.
Good reversal. And there's the high post.
Yes.
And that's a good call. And that was coached, and we watched him coach it in real time by the Anadarko coach. They tried to deny Trey the ball. When Trey got the ball, he said, back off and go straight up.
Right.
And to the Anadarko coach's credit, his postman executed that excellently. He's going to draw the foul. It's a 13 foul, but the first on the big fella. It's going to be key for this freshman to stay mentally sound throughout this game, because Revelis in foul trouble early. He's not going to be able to come in and provide a lot of relief this early in the first half.
Good hustle by both teams.
Held ball to be called.
Nothing I like better than seeing a body hit the floor when there's a loose ball.
And we've even seen a difference. We had one of these officials last night, and we've seen a difference already. They were quick on the whistle. This time he put himself in position to look at the play, waited for the held ball to actually be held, and then put a whistle on it. Great transition play, and then Roman knows is going to draw the foul, and he's going to shoot too. And I think there the block was clean, but the body wasn't.
The body was not.
The block was clean, the body. We'll see how they take it to the table, and they do. They didn't call him for a hitting foul. They called him for a pushing foul or a body foul.
Correct.
And the elder Romanos is going to attempt 2. Knocks the first one down, 14-13, El Reno within 1. And El Reno to sub for their second time tonight. Rossi Harjo checks in. Dom Havern's going to go to the bench and take his well-earned breather. The second Evan Romanos free throw up and no good. 1 for 2.
Great offensive rebound by Trey Davis.
Absolutely, and that's the importance of blocking out. El Reno struggled with that some yesterday as the defending team in the rebounds, in the free throw situation rather.
Yes.
And a clear out, 70 seconds, left in the first quarter. El Reno trailing by 1, 14-13. Evan Romanos turns a corner, looking for a foul, doesn't get it. We'll see if Carter can track this down. And he tried. Don't know that he hit that at a dead sprint. I think he was about 80% speed there. That's got to be a dead sprint to the basket. If you foul the man, you foul the man.
Yes.
But you can't give up an uncontested layup there. If you're in foul trouble, it's a different analysis, and he's not. .39 seconds, El Reno trailing by 3, 16-13. Topai, 2 dribbles, jump shot, no good, but I think if I'm Trey Davis, rather than passing out, I go right back up with that O-board. He had the man.
Yes.
He came down in a post-up position. He was
Correct.
already there to make his move. And up 3, Anadarko to pull it out between the circles. Looks like they're going to be satisfied to settle for the last shot. 10 seconds on the clock. Great defense there, and they're going to get Carter for a foul. I think it's a good call.
It was a great call.
And
it was a great defensive
great defensive
move.
play. And that's I refer to those as bad luck calls. You're in the right spot. The ball took a weird bounce.
Yes.
Sort of like the quarterback who throws a great pass and gets it intercepted when it bounces off the receiver's chest plate. And that possession is going to be big. El Reno went from down a possession to down 2. Trailing at the end of the first, 18-13. You're watching El Reno basketball on elrenoindians.tv. We'll be right back.
.com right now for more information.
Team up with Pioneer iVideo and start streaming the most popular TV shows and movies from your favorite devices today. Download the iVideo app and start watching anywhere in your home using Pioneer Internet. Each package includes free high-definition and cloud DVR features like video on demand, Restart TV, and Replay TV, just in case you forget to record a program. Visit GoPioneer.com for more details and compatible devices. Some restrictions apply.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And
after one quarter, El Reno trails 18-13. A little bit of a software glitch. We're trying to get the score updated for you. But at the possession arrow favoring the Indians after the last held ball under the Anadarko basket. El Reno into the front court. Rossi Harjo, pull up three, rattles out, back iron, but kept alive by Evan Romanos. Mishandled, but hauled down. Good effort there by the entire offensive unit.
Trey
and
Davis,
a nice bounce pass
excellent.
in. Absolutely. 15-18 now the deficit for the Indians. Good spin by the big fella, and he worked his way into that foul, so good effort by the Anadarko Warrior there. That's going to be Carter's second, I believe, and it is. El Reno bit by the foul bug early. El Reno, their 5th team foul. Anadarko has 4. First Anadarko free throw up and good. Checking in for the first time tonight. Checking in for the first time tonight, number 13, Josiah Revelis, the younger of the Revelis duo. A little bit undersized for the listed position, but able to play the position nonetheless. Great shot fake leading to the baseline floater. Excellent execution. El Reno now trails 19-17, 7 minutes to play before the half.
Very nice head fake by Rossi. Got the guy off his feet, went around, finished with a floater.
Absolutely. And as a right-handed shot blocker, lefties gave me fits. It was hard to time. I didn't block as effectively with my right hand. And they're going to call Evan Romanos for that. Check that. 24 is actually who they called. The PA announcer got it wrong. That foul called against Trey Davis.
Trey Davis.
His second, team's 6th. So the penalty bug starting to affect the Indians. They're having to go deep in the bench now as Jonathan Reed's going to check in and Trey's going to go to the, check that, Evan going to go to the bench.
There wasn't much Trey could do right there. Number 11 got deep in the paint, and you just get your hand straight up and hope for the best.
Absolutely, and he goes 2 for 2 on that trip. Harjo between the circles. He's going to set the offense up. Jonathan Reed.
Great pass by Rossi right there.
He overthrew a little bit, but great footwork by Trey Davis.
Yes.
Not only to wrangle it, but to also keep himself in a position where he wasn't too flat, too deep under the basket. When I say too flat, Kurt knows what I mean. You've run out of room to go under the hoop.
Yes.
We call that getting flattened out. That's one of those basketball terms that make no sense outside the confines of the basketball court. So when we say too flat, we mean too deep.
That is very true.
Great three by the freshman Jonathan Reed.
Jonathan Reed, instant offense on the nights that he is on. He is a handful.
El Reno really struggling in the transition game. Probably 15 transition points so far.
I would say
at least 11.
At
least 11, probably closer to 15. El Reno trailing by 4, 26-22. Missed a point somewhere. And a step back by Rossi. The problem with that shot is it goes in. He's 6 inches short of it being worth one more.
Correct.
He shot that from 19 feet 3 inches, and he needed 19.9.
Yes. Rossi is definitely on his game tonight, and we needed him.
Absolutely.
We're getting in foul trouble early, and it's good that Coach Hayden can bring people in, and they can contribute. Great job by Trey Davis right there.
And way to run. Oh, and he saw it, but he threw it too late. Good decision by Jonathan Reed not to go foul the shooter.
Yes.
But that's a 5-point swing, that turnover.
Yes.
El Reno saw it, just got in a hurry. That's a 5-point difference. Good decision by Jonathan Reed. He wanted to shoot that. He's going to shoot that one in rhythm. That'll be a better look.
Trey almost with his fourth offensive board.
Rossi's got to get on the floor there. He saw it. He backpedaled 2 steps. Another 3. And Anadarko, if they continue to shoot the ball from long this well, it's going to be a very unfortunate night for the Indians.
Yes.
And there's nothing. They're contested shots. That shot was 22 feet fading off his back foot.
That's
if it
right.
goes in, it goes in. A timeout on the floor. 30-second timeout. A couple of reminders. Head coach Jennifer
Douglas.
Thank you. Jennifer Davis, the high school counselor, not joining us at halftime. Jennifer Douglas, the head girls basketball coach, is going to join us at halftime of this game. Give us a breakdown of the last 2 and a preview of tonight's contest. So we thank her for checking in. And as always, our viewership is at an all-time high. We're averaging over 3,000 viewers per contest over the last 5 games.
That's great.
Keep in mind, we've only played 7. So by and large, our viewership setting records. So be a supporter and a sponsor of El Reno Athletics. Contact Rodney Hayden, the athletic director, or Brooke Robertson, the director of community outreach. They've got all that information. And January 25th for the Kingfisher matchup is the Pink Out game in support of Coach Kendra Kilpatrick of the Stillwater girls basketball program. Battling breast cancer. Come out, show your support. Wear your pink. El Reno turns over their first offensive possession of the second quarter. Not the start they wanted. A high-scoring affair by both teams. Both teams on track to score 100 tonight.
Great challenge right there by Trey Davis.
The Anadarko fans asking for a foul, but if you look, his hands went cleanly through the ball, never made contact with the shooter. Good no call by the officials. Dominic had his hand held and then grabbed again, but again, no call. A little bit inconsistent again by the officials, but not at the risk of injury at this point that we had last night.
Correct.
Trey Davis
is doing a great job.
He's working his tail
pull
off
around. The guy has him hooked and held.
In the baseline, officials has made a decision that he's going to let that play happen, and Trey's going to have to adjust to it. That doesn't mean the official's any less wrong. It means El Reno has a job to do.
Correct.
Three from the top of the key, no good. And Rossi's got to block his man out a little lot. He had the block out, but he released it to chase the ball. If you block your man out, you may not get it, but it also means he doesn't either. El Reno's going to have to make some adjustments, or this one's going to be out of touch pretty quick. Now, they fought back a 19-point deficit last night, drew within, I think, 2.
Yes, but we don't want to do that two nights in a row.
That's mentally and physically exhausting. And we also have some personnel and foul trouble we didn't last night. I see what Jonathan's trying to do there. I don't know that I love that decision, but he's 1 for 3 so far. So he made his first look. He's missed his last 2. And El Reno just really struggling defensively in every aspect of the game. They're struggling to keep the man with the ball in front of them. Mm-hmm. They're struggling to challenge at the rim effectively.
You cannot hook and hold on defense. And that's what we're seeing, and we're having a very difficult time getting it inside to Trey. Absolutely. But as long as they are not going to call that, it's going to be that way. And there's nothing the young man can do about it. Absolutely. He's working hard.
2:20 to play in the half. El Reno trailing 14, 38-24. Jonathan Reed with the 3, no good. That shot, and it'll get better as he works on his form, but that shot takes forever to come out.
Yes. No, he hit every part of the rim.
And that's a traveling violation. He switched his pivot feet, and now Jonathan Reed's going to be stuck on an island. He actually took the contact, but the official who has one responsibility, and that is to referee that contact, was actually looking away at the corner.
Yes.
He has a partner official at the division line whose responsibility is to referee that play.
That's correct.
And what that tells me is there is absolutely zero trust among this officiating crew to El Reno's detriment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was clearly a charge.
Absolutely.
Jonathan did a great job positioning himself to take the charge.
Absolutely. As soon as that ball is passed out, as it was there, Jonathan was in position to take that contact. Minute 41 to play in the first half. El Reno trailing 24-40. It's trailing 16. As soon as that ball is passed out, just as it was, and Jonathan is in position to take that charge. As soon as that ball crosses that referee's face, under the mechanics that these referees should be taught, he releases that play.
Yes.
The ball goes to the corner. He has an official standing up here in front of Coach Hayden, what we call the trail official, and his job is to referee to that corner.
Correct. That's why you have 3 officials.
Absolutely.
And sometimes I think 3 officials are detrimental. I think that 2 are better because they second-guess themselves and
instead of putting a whistle on and say, oh, my buddy's going to help me out back there.
Yes.
And if your buddy, maybe he can't see it, and maybe he's out of position, maybe there's activity in his area that precludes him from picking up your back.
Yeah, big bucket right there by Vincent Walker.
Absolutely.
We
Great
needed
shot by
that.
Vince Walker. That's a well-defended shot. That went in.
Correct.
And unfortunately, we gave up so many uncontested challenges in the lane earlier in the game. They've got all the momentum running downhill, so all they got to do is get it close, and they're going to get what we call the shooter's roll.
That's right.
Where sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Yes. Vincent with the nice head fake right there.
Inside 60 to play. El Reno trailing 27-42. El Reno trying to maximize this possession, understanding probably the last one they're going to get of the half. Get the long 3. Great rebound by Trey Davis.
He's
actually held, and he's going to finally draw the foul.
And he kept working. Even though he was being held,
Absolutely.
He kept working, kept maneuvering around the defender.
Yeah. Credit Trey Davis. That first dribble normally gets him where he want to go.
Correct.
He was literally being held, drugged back, and he couldn't cover as much ground, so he said, if I can't get there in 1, I'll get there in 2. Ideally, fundamentally, we want our, and he's going to go 0 for on his first look. El Reno's going to have to make free throws.
Yes.
They've only had 7 looks if you count the second shot he hasn't shot yet. They haven't had a lot of trips there, so you've got to make them when you go.
Right.
This officiating crew has made it clear, unless the 0 for 2 goes the young man, unless the building saw it, you're not going to go to the free throw line.
Correct.
And I don't know that I agree with the philosophy, but we don't always get to pick the games that we're in. We have to play the hand we're dealt.
Right. And this is a big stop for El Reno right now.
Oh,
you don't want to go down 18, 17, or 18, 15. Let's keep it a little bit more manageable.
Absolutely. 27-42 the deficit, 15 on the clock. And they're going to start this at about 13 seconds. So they'll have a chance for 2 bounces and a shot. 7 on the clock. Great execution, but a great backside block. Great recovery.
Great block by
Vince
Vincent.
Walker. Absolutely.
Yeah.
He
Good
timed
job.
it well. He didn't go through the body of the man. Anadarko fans calling for a foul. Just because a body hits the floor doesn't mean it constitutes a foul.
Correct.
And good challenge by Vince Walker there again.
We got a foul right there.
But the official
that
pass
we
on
did
it.
not. So we did not get it. So
0's on the clock. El Reno able to defend 2 good looks by the Warriors to end the half. 42-27 the El Reno deficit. And we are joined by Jennifer Douglas, probably much to her chagrin. Kurt Parker, being the politician he is, has convinced Coach Douglas to join us today. And she's probably saying all kinds of dirty, mean, nasty things about us under her breath.
No.
Coach, you've got tonight you've got Millwood, and I know that Millwood has a tradition of playing a lot of basketball very fast.
Yes.
So what do you have, without spilling the beans for our Millwood fans who may be joining us, what adjustments do you have to make to your, now you like to play an in your shorts defense anyway. You want to make them play all 94 feet for all 32 minutes.
Yes.
Barring the statistical anomaly that was the Capitol Hill game.
Yes. So typically Millwood is going to play pressure defense, and they are going to get up and down the floor, and so that typically is a great thing for us because we like to run and gun as well. However, this year and last year Millwood is running a half-court 1-2-2 zone. So we don't see that very often, so I'm kind of excited to see how patient we are and how we move the ball. They are very, very athletic. Offensively, they're going to attack. They're going to try to get to the rim, get you guys in foul trouble, and get to the free throw line. They have a really good guard, number 3, Brandy. She is a top prospect for the 2025 freshman group, and so she's been averaging over 15, almost 20 points a game. So she's definitely somebody that we have to key in on and make sure that we give her some room because she can get to the rack real easily.
And in the last couple of games, again, the Capitol Hill game sort of set aside.
Yeah.
Ashlyn's been struggling a little bit from the field. Is that something that you have to coach her through? Is that mental, or is that something she's just going to have to play her way through?
Well, Ashland typically is guarded by your best player, so that obviously is gonna be a factor. Just because what we do is on the best player, we put our defensive player on them, and so that's our objective, is to shut them down. So that's every other team's objective going into a ball game, is to make sure that they shut down Ash. So most of her shots are going to be difficult shots. And so I think that she also shoots more than everybody else, which, that's what we want. So most definitely she is going to have a lower percentage than most of our girls, just because she is guarded by their best player. Yeah. And on top of that, her shots are going to be a little bit more difficult than everybody else.
Right. I was a post player, and I'm telling you, I have fallen in love with Pauline.
Oh, yes.
That young lady is amazing, just a sophomore. Talk to us a little bit about her maturity and how she's came on.
I can tell you right now, Pauline in the weight room is the strongest girl we have at El Reno High School. I tell everybody she's a freak athlete. She is just she's not necessarily new to the game, but she's new, to post moves. She's just trying to figure out how do I use my body to score? How do I use my body to make sure I can play defense? And so she's just very young in that aspect, but the girl can rebound, the girl can jump, she has a nice soft touch, she sees the floor, she passes really, really well, and she has a high basketball IQ. You can tell she's played a lot of basketball, so it's fun because last year as a freshman she started for us towards the end of the season because Paige Primo had a concussion, and so she kind of got a lot of playing time that way. And so we've just really been working on post defense with her, and then on top of that making sure that we work on her post moves so that way she is more comfortable with her back to the basket.
Great. Tell us about your little mini-me on the floor, your little floor general. She is something else to watch. She's a lot of fun.
Yes.
And she's playing with a great deal of confidence right now.
Oh, most definitely. So Titana came to us last year from Calumet, and so last year she kind of deferred to Ashlyn a lot just because she didn't want to come in and run the show or anything like that. So she's feeling a lot more confident, and she definitely knows every position on the floor. She is literally like a junior coach. I love it to death. She's a great kid. She works super hard, and I tell people, I've been trying to push her film out there and trying to make sure that she gets out there to college coaches, because when you look at her, you don't think she's a ball player.
Right.
But as soon as she steps on that court, she can shoot, she can attack, she's quick. She's a little shifty guard. She can go left, she can go right, and so she is a power punch, and people just don't understand it.
We have talked many times, Zach and I, about younger girls watching Titana because she can go right or left.
Yes.
And you never know which way she is going to go, and I've even seen her shoot right-handed just as quickly as she will to her left. So
a little tidbit about Titana is she writes left-handed, but she shoots right-handed, so she's ambidextrous. So it's really awesome, and she developed that, being able to go left, but as she was younger, she developed a right-hand shot. So it definitely works in our favor and her favor, so yeah.
And for our future sponsors out there, if you haven't had a chance to come watch El Reno play, come watch them play. Our 3,000 plus viewer average over the last 5 games isn't by accident.
Most definitely.
It's the quality of basketball that Coach Douglas and Coach Hayden have put on the floor. So if you want to spread your message, if you want to show your support of El Reno athletics, get with Coach Hayden, get with Brooke Robertson. They've got all the information you need. We've got lots of opportunities, and our viewership goes up every game. Coach, we know you got a game to prepare for. We appreciate you stopping by, and we'll be here to cover all the action coming next.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
You've been watching the halftime show. We'll step away for just a few minutes. Be right back. You're watching El Reno.
As a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples, Nix, and Diesel Horst, and we are here to help.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing.
All right, we're back to it after the halftime show. We appreciate each of you staying with us. And we thank head coach Jennifer Douglas for joining us for her coaching show debut. We're working on some additional product offerings to bring you. But we're getting ready to start the second half. The possession arrow favoring the Warriors, so they will inbounds. And I have all the confidence Coach Hayden made the necessary adjustments at the halftime break. And we'll see how well the Indians are able to execute those adjustments. Dom's got to stay down there, can't jump. Good help by his teammates until he was able to recover, but that will pull you out of position.
Great job right there.
Absolutely.
Carter read that all the way. One more step and he would have had a steal for us.
And if they run that look again, we'll be prepared for it. We've seen it.
Very smart by James Revelis right there, getting straight up, not picking up that third foul.
And credit the Warriors for their ability to handle the basketball in traffic.
Absolutely.
Regardless of El Reno's struggles that they've had, and that last possession was a little better defended than some in the first half, but the ability to handle the basketball in traffic makes even the best ball defensive team basically ineffective.
That's right. And you have to work hard on every possession. When you've got five that can handle the ball the way they can.
Good defense by Roman Nose, forced his man back. And James Revelis in early, still battling with it. And it's going to be last touched by Matt Topai. That's the kind of possession El Reno wants back. They had the look they wanted, weren't able to get it to fall. You shoot that shot 9 times, it goes in. This happened to be the 10th one where it doesn't. That's a high percentage shot. You got to be able to knock those shots down.
Yeah, the pass was a little bit behind James. He had to correct his footing, and as a result, to his credit, he didn't walk.
Oh, he did, and he ended up as a result of that adjustment was a little bit low. Again, a little bit flat, what we call a little bit flat.
Correct.
Hard drive, defended well, and good job by Topai, and that's going to be a great. Oh no, they're going to say the Warriors stepped out of bounds before they threw it off. Great
hustle by number 23.
Yeah, great effort by the Warrior there to try and throw it off of the foot of the Indians, but they said that he actually established himself out of bounds by virtue of stepping on the end line. Basketball shares what I call the football rule. On the line is out. Volleyball, tennis, and soccer on the line is in. Corner 3 rattles out. And great close out there by Evan Roman Nose. Good defense by James to force that shot, but we got to be able to rebound it offensively. Last touch there by the Indians.
And very wise decision by James not to foul.
Yep. And James asking, what else do I have to do there? I'm not sure I agree with that call. Now, I wonder, and I don't know if Anadarko offers soccer, but if they do, 11's on their soccer team because he puts on a better performance than the late, great Betty White.
Correct.
I mean, he sold that as hard as he could possibly sell it.
Yes.
And see here, another officiating mistake by this crew. The situation arose between 11 and James, and the official only talked to 11. Before James subs out, you say, hang on, come here, let's talk this through. Let's make sure that we get you in position to be right.
Correct.
El Reno just struggling in all aspects of the game right now. And you wonder what kind of emotional toll the contest took last night. And they're going to get Anadarko for a foul here. Good call by the official.
Yes. Yeah, the physicality from last night, we don't seem to have our legs under us.
No. And this is a tough stretch of the season. Kurt, you and I both know this is, even though it's a little earlier than we typically have seen it, was it 4 or 5 years ago, the OSSAA allowed basketball teams to pick up a third tournament if they dropped one more regular season game. They could pick up another tournament, which actually adds 2 additional games. You lose 1, you gain 3, so it's a net gain of 2. And as a result, this has traditionally not been tournament week. Tournament week was normally late January when we're scheduled to go play in the Shawnee tournament. By virtue of picking up this second tournament, it accelerates that grind of the season earlier. 4:47 to play, El Reno trailing 46-27. So coming off of the long Christmas break, and then the hard-fought, emotional game yet last night. We're going to play 3 in 3 days, and the next week we play at home on Tuesday and Thursday.
Yes.
And then Friday we're on the road to Guthrie, so another 3-game week next week.
Yeah, I'm a little old school. I like the week-long tournaments. I don't like the back-to-back-to-back because that's where injuries happen.
Absolutely.
More than not. The state tournament up until several years ago, I guess, I don't know, it was after I quit coaching. The state tournament was the only thing in the playoffs that were Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, everything used to be Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And if you played Monday, you played Thursday. If you played Tuesday, you played Friday. And then the final round of the tournament obviously is always on Saturday.
Correct.
And so it adds now. The other thing it does is it tests the mental toughness of your team for that playoff grind where you're playing 3 days a week. Right. You know, win or go home.
Yeah. But if you have players that are playing with injuries or sustaining injuries, you know, there's some situations that
absolutely. And then in the case of, you know, the injured Jacob Robertson, the number of games he misses goes way up.
Correct.
And another 3-point basket for the Warriors. I think statistically not an insurmountable deficit, but certainly one of those that I think statistically this is going to go in the L column.
One thing that I'm seeing tonight that we were doing a better job of last night was that we were playing more team ball.
Yeah.
We were playing more maybe one dribble, one pass, shoot.
Right, we saw it there in that possession.
Correct.
But then Roman does a good job of drawing the foul here.
Absolutely. And that's a young team.
It is. And part of the mentality is they look at the scoreboard and go, we got to score a lot of points and don't have a long time to do it. Rather than running the offense and getting open looks.
Correct.
Rhythm threes or bounce pass and let your post man, you know, let Trey Davis make a post move, get Matt Tofi a look, get Carter a look.
Right.
It's 1 or 2 bounces, and as soon as you get some space, pull the trigger. And some teams operate best that way, but not this El Reno team, not with this youth.
Yes.
This youth still needs a lot of structure. They still need an offense to run through.
And the case in point, that play, it seems like everything that Anadarko does, attempts, defends, it's going perfectly for them.
Absolutely.
And there's just times that you have that.
And that's a lack of mental focus there on the offensive rebound. 55-27 now the deficit for the Indians. For those watching at home, when this one's over, we do have the girls' game following, but there will be a nice finish there by Rossi. There will be a new stream link, so stay tuned into elrenoindians.tv. And obviously, that girls' game scheduled to start 7 minutes ago. Certainly not going to start on time at this point. We have 2.5 to play in the third.
That was great defense by Carter. He got off of his man, saw that we were in trouble. Head and shoulder fake, great job.
And great.
Now there's the ball movement that I was talking about that has been absent tonight. Even though we didn't score, it looked good.
29 with 2:09 and counting to play in the third quarter. El Reno facing a 28-point deficit. So and that's a hand check by any interpretation of the rule book there, Kurt.
Correct.
Similar situation. And a great three by Rossi Harjo. Timeout called by head coach Rodney Hayden. Vince Walker going to check in. 57-32 now the deficit on the back of that Harjo three. So if you're watching the game, and it's going to be a 60-second timeout. We got a few things we want to take you through, so we're going to stay right here. First and foremost, if you want to be a sponsor of El Reno Athletics, or you want to increase and expand the marketing reach for your business, we are now averaging north of 3,000 viewers per game, and we have for the last 5 games. Our viewership continues to trend upward, which is excellent news. I want to give a lot of credit. I think the number started going up when Kurt joined me. I think we were probably basement dwellers, and then Kurt joined the broadcast team for us, and numbers have gone up since you joined us, Kurt. If you want to be a sponsor of El Reno Athletics, reach out to Coach Hayden, the Director of Athletics, or Brooke Robertson, the Community Outreach Director. They've got all that information. We've had a lot of folks come to us and said, hey, if you'll bring us a high-quality product and you'll bring us the viewers, we'd love to support El Reno Athletics. And Kurt, myself, Colo, and all of us on the broadcast team have strived to do that every game. We've tried to bring you the best experience and the best product that we can. And so we believe we've done our part, and it's your opportunity to show your support of El Reno Athletics.
Absolutely, and again, I'm going to say it. If you have not been to a live game, you need to come out.
Absolutely.
You need to support these students. And isn't it January 25th, Zach?
Yes, sir.
We are going to pink out the place.
Absolutely. Support of Coach Kendra Kilpatrick of Stillwater High School, girls basketball coach up there. She's fighting with everything she has against the monster that is breast cancer.
Absolutely.
And El Reno, in order to support one of their own, not just in the coaching profession, but one who's given her life and her career to public education, we want to come out, support her, and do everything we can to support her in her battle.
Absolutely.
So all the proceeds from the T-shirt sales will go to support, and the 2 for 2 go the Indians on that trip. The officials give a play on an inadvertent horn. And they actually missed subs at the table is what happened there, Kurt. There were 2 Warriors set to check in, and off to the made basket, it's supposed to be a dead ball.
Yes.
To let those substitutes come in. And they're going to get, so they're actually going to get Vince, I think Vince with the push. The block from Evan was clean, but they're going to say Vince made contact from behind.
Yes.
57-34 now the Indian deficit. Minute 25 to play in the third period. January 25th is the pink out game, as Kurt mentioned. So come out. Let's fill historic Jink Simmons Fieldhouse. If you haven't been to a game there since the post-COVID reopening, we want to fill that thing all the way to the ceiling, and we want to get that building rocking and rolling. And the student body, they're fun, they're clever. Come out, support them, support the players, support the coaches. 59-34 the deficit for the Indians, trailing by 25. Dribble handoff. Rhythm 3, Roman nose to Roman nose. It's
job right
the
there.
younger with the 3 and the elder with the assist. Great help by Roman nose to kill the break. Good decision by, the younger Roman nose. Head coach Hayden looking for a foul. Great move by Evan Romanos. He stepped through the contact, finished at the basket, and Anadarko forced to call a timeout. 39-59. It's going to be a 30-second timeout.
How much does Jacob Robertson want to be on the floor? He was the first one standing off the bench. He was saying, let's go. The young man endured an injury before Christmas break, and we're looking forward to having him back in.
I forgot to read our coaches and support personnel off in our pregame. And I like to do that. They never show up in the stat book, but are a key cog in the wheel that is the El Reno public school system. Head coach is Rodney Hayden. He's assisted by Tyler Hill, Briar Workman, Gavin Beavers, and Fred Slaughter. Raylan Kuba, Michael Woods, and Michaelin Lumouth are the managers. Coach Hayden also serves as the Director of Athletics. Alex Bray is the head athletic trainer. Tim Pounds, high school principal, and Craig McVeigh, the superintendent of schools. So most of those individuals will never show up anywhere in any stat book or newspaper article.
Correct.
But they are all keys to making sure that El Reno continues to see success, continues to build on their program, and although El Reno is laden with youth, the way they play already at a high level, in getting lots of varsity minutes as young freshmen and the young sophomores, in 2 or 3 years, they're going to be a nightmare in the Suburban Conference.
Yes. Yeah, usually your freshmen are playing JV ball.
Absolutely.
They're in the fire.
Inside 20 seconds to play, El Reno trailing by 20, 59-39. Looks like the Warriors are going to be content to take one look at the basket before the buzzer. Great ball trap and a great steal. El Reno's got a chance at a quick bucket inside 10 seconds. Hard bucket attack by Rossi Harjo. Great job of finishing at the basket. Sometimes you nail that in layup line drill. Three-quarter court, he's going to fall short. Just short. Better look than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
We go into the quarter break as we head into the fourth and final period of play. 59-41, the El Reno deficit. You're watching El Reno basketball on elrenoindians.tv. We'll be right back.
Rehabilitation and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Diesel Horse Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorse get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Team up with Pioneer iVideo and start streaming the most popular TV shows and movies from your favorite devices today. Download the iVideo app and start watching anywhere in your home using Pioneer Internet. Each package includes free high-definition and cloud DVR features like video on demand, Restart TV, and Replay TV, just in case you forget to record a program. Visit gopioneer.com for more details and compatible devices. Some restrictions apply.
We're back and ready to start fourth period of play. El Reno trailing 59-41. 18-point deficit. At one point, they trailed by nearly 30. I think they trailed 29 at one point. So fought their way back a little bit. No, I'm sorry. That's 28. I can't do math. They don't pay me to teach math at the high school, Kurt.
Yeah, we cut it by 10 in under 2 minutes.
And I like that shot there by Carter. It didn't fall. He's shot the ball well tonight. I think he's had 2 or 3 three-point baskets and several other drives and free throw opportunities. Little dribble weave.
I just have to say, I think it's very interesting what Coach Hayden has decided to do. He's got
take by Vince Walker.
He's got our quicker guys on the floor. We're going with no post, and we're matching them right now, speed for speed. So I think that's a great adjustment by Coach Hayden.
And El Reno showing the first press, and they pressed the last few minutes of the third quarter and continued into the fourth quarter. In the very first press look they gave, it was a steal and a foul.
Yeah, and if you're keeping score at home, that's a 12-0 El Reno Indian run.
Yep.
So they're back in the ball game.
43-59. Again, they demonstrated to us last night the ability to fight back from big deficits. And another great defensive effort by an undersized, somebody who's traditionally kind of a 3-4, playing more of a 4-5 look tonight. And a great basket drive by Evan Romanos to draw the foul. And the Anadarko fans sitting about 290 degrees around us in all directions disagree with the call. But the good news is, just like my opinion didn't matter yesterday, theirs doesn't matter today.
Exactly. Coach Hayden smiled on that one just a little bit, but you know what? We'll take it.
Knocks down the first one, does the elder Evan Romanos, and we look forward to him continuing his role as the quarterback for the Gridiron Gang in the fall. Second free throw, great up and down there by the junior lefty. 2 for 2, he goes from the line. 45-59, just a 14-point deficit now.
Yeah, Zach, if you're keeping score at home, we've cut it in half. It was 28.
Great read by Evan.
Great steal by Evan. Should be a foul.
And they're going to say that it was actually blocked cleanly out of bounds.
Okay, I'll take that.
In favor of the Indians.
It was a good challenge at the rim.
And a timeout called by Anadarko. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. We're going to stay right here. So January 25th, the Pink Out game. And we would love to have you join our broadcast as a sponsor. We have everything from your logo on the screen to commercials, and everything in between. So we've got lots of price points. We have lots of options that we can build to fit your needs. Contact Coach Hayden. Contact Brooke Robertson. And I say it every time, and Kurt is a full-time employee of El Reno Public Schools. He doesn't get paid extra to come hang out with me. He just really enjoys the game of basketball, so he travels as often as he can in all the home games that he can. But he's employed in a full-time capacity as an instructional coach, and that may not mean anything to the parents in the world, but it directly affects your students. If you've got a student in El Reno schools, Kurt's job is to work directly with the classroom instructors to make them better. And the better those classroom instructors get, the better quality education your kids are going to get. Great move by James Revelis.
Absolutely. It's a job I absolutely love. We have got some fantastic young teachers in El Reno. And so give them a pat on the back because they do a job, and through this COVID time, it has been a double tough job for them, and we appreciate them so much. And I am very blessed and fortunate that I get to work with them on a daily basis.
That's going to go down as an and one, 61-47.
That's a very good baseline take by number 12. We've got to cut that baseline off quicker.
And a credit to his athleticism, not only was he able to fight through the El Reno contact, he actually covered about 2.5 feet vertically from the end line towards the free throw line, and he's going to knock down that free throw. 62-47 now, the Indian deficit.
That stopped a 16-0 El Reno run.
Yeah. Credit to El Reno. And basketball is a game of runs.
Good tip out by James there, still working hard.
And I think Evan he telegraphed that pass, and I think a good job with the film work there. Big fella knew where that was going, and that wasn't touched. He just lost that out of his hand in the three there. And Kurt doesn't like it when I talk too much about him, but he enjoys what he does so much. He was actually recruited into the district from an entity called Great Expectations. Kurt traveled all over the country as an instructional coach, helping make public schools across the greater United States better. And Kurt, here's a question.
Okay.
I'm not sure. So when that ball wedges, it's an alternating possession situation.
Yes.
So I'm not sure when you have a foul with a wedged ball, that's one of those page 80 of the case book. You know, and having refereed at every level, I think I've seen about every play but that. So this should be officiated a specific way, but I'm not sure what it would be, to be completely honest with you. I don't know how we officiate that.
I have no idea. I think that may be page 80, rule 543, appendage 10.
And it looks like a free throw lane violation is going to be called against Evans, so they're going to wipe that shot off. 62-47 still the deficit, 5:41 to play. Game's not completely out of reach, but El Reno's going to have some stops and some increased efficiency. And Revelis got left on an island there. And when you're running a trapping man-to-man press, somebody's on an island every time by virtue of the press and the bounce shooter roll three.
Yeah.
And Revelis is going to get called for an off-ball foul. Interesting call here, 50-64, the El Reno deficit, but Revelis called for, I believe, his fourth foul off ball. And we're going to figure out, are they going to count? If the ball was out of the hand, they have to count the basket by rule. And they did. They counted the basket. And they're going to get Revelis on that.
Yeah,
I didn't see it. I was looking off of it. When I said I didn't see it, it didn't mean I didn't see the foul. I mean I was looking away from the play. I don't know what the official saw there because I wasn't looking where he was. I was following the three.
Just saw Topai hit a beautiful three, and next thing I knew, the whistle was being blown. So I have no idea what happened.
Back to a 14-point deficit.
5 minutes to play.
Yep, Revelis playing with 4 fouls. Good decision to switch here. Revelis had number 11. He switched with Evan Roman knows. They're going to have to switch back on that screen, though. And a steal. And a great kick ahead pass to Revelis. He needs to run right at the rim, and he does. Score the basket. They're going to call it on the floor. And if you're not here, if you look at your camera lens right behind the El Reno bench, El Reno fans and students have filled the better part of a section and a half of the lower bowl here in the Warrior Fieldhouse, and that official certainly knows how the El Reno fans feel about his discretion today. That should be, from my perspective and an understanding of how the continuation rule works in high school, an and one with a free throw opportunity here.
Yes. But we'll take a 3 right here. No, we didn't get it.
So, good look.
Good look.
I think Coach is okay with that look. Vince Walker's knocked down at least 1, maybe 2 today. As I get older, my ability to remember 57 offensive possessions ago starts to not be what it was.
Correct. And Anadarko's playing some smart ball right here. They pulled it out. They spread the floor, and then they turn it over.
And number 12 for Anadarko is pointing at 23, saying, why didn't you go to the corner? 23 was right. He had an uncontested look at the basket. I don't throw it to him in the corner. I throw it to him on the block.
Exactly.
So in that case, if you're 23 for El Reno, you need to be tapping your chest saying, that's on me, Chief.
Yeah.
Or number 12, rather. You're tapping your chest saying, that's on me. 23 ran that to perfection.
Topai.
Can't get it to fall, but a great offensive rebound by Revelis. And the Warriors digging at it. High-low pass to Revelis. He's bodied up, no good. And he turns to look at the official. I think he's got to, and now he's going to get the softest technical in the history of the game of basketball. And see, right here, the official is wrong. He called the technical foul and then stared at James all the way to the table. When a kid or a coach gets stuck, you have to walk away from that player. And now this official's back on his heels, knowing that Rodney's winning the argument. And now he's seeing this official, his body language is wrong, and Rodney's about to get stuck right here.
James was in the air. The kid came up underneath him, chested him. That is a foul. Absolutely. Pure and simple.
And so now we have an utter lack of communication. This free throw went in. James has 5 fouls, so there's people walking around on the floor. This guy's shooting free throws. James cannot legally be on the floor here, so none of those free throws can count until James subs out.
Correct.
They've messed this thing all the way up to next Wednesday. They've tied a knot so big, I don't know how to untie it.
Yes.
Those technical foul free throws by rule cannot be attempted till the player with 5 fouls leaves the game.
Yeah.
So they went 1 for 2, 65-50 the lead, or the deficit rather. They went 1 for 2. Neither one of those should have been attempted until James leaves the floor. And by rule, Coach Hayden has 20 seconds to find a replacement.
Yes.
And the protocol for that, the official walks to the table. And see, now you see these other 2 officials, not the other official, but these other 2 are having to put a whistle on everything because the top of this gym's about to go flying into outer space. And now the official who called the technical foul has lost all awareness of what's happening. He got ready to inbound the ball on the sideline, and it's a bonus free throw situation. As the official, you know the bonus free throw situation is coming 3 fouls before it gets here.
Yes.
His colleagues knew exactly what was happening.
I want to say, I can't remember who that was. I think it was Rossi that came around the postman and deflected the ball, and we got the steal, and as a result, 2 points.
And 50
from Carter.
52-65 now the score. El Reno trails by 13, 3:39 to play in the 4th. Coach Hayden's going to take a full timeout. We'll take it with him. You're watching El Reno basketball, RenoIndians.tv.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back, always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
.339 to play. El Reno trails by 13. And we'll see 3:39 to play in the 4th. El Reno's in the bonus free throw situation, so if they're able to draw a foul, they're going to get a look at the basket every time.
I will say...
And a 5-second violation. Great
absolutely. I was
there.
just getting ready to say, I would say our defense is ramped up. They are moving their feet. They're switching on every screen. They're really doing a great job.
Absolutely. Trey Davis, one dribble. Great effort by the big fella.
Excellent job by Trey right there.
He wanted to try and make the 2-point tip in. Didn't like his position on that. That's a long way to have to shoot one clean. Put it on the floor.
Right.
Close that distance by 3 feet. Now you get shoot a layup.
And another thing like that with a big man, when his body goes straight up and he's shooting a jump shot and he is leaning because of the contact, that's an and one.
Oh, absolutely. And a great high-low pass. Oh, Trey needs to not put it on the floor next time. Go straight to just a drop step, no dribble. Great effort.
Great hustle right there.
And a great cleanup. And Evan's going to go to the free throw line on the back of the Topai miss. Good effort by Topai to get to the basket. He's kind of kicking himself that he missed it, but great effort by Romanos to be in position to draw the foul. Evan's going to go to the line and shoot too.
As we say in the game, Evan just got rewarded.
Absolutely.
By his hustle. We've got to make free throws.
Absolutely. 0 for 1. He goes on his first look. It was a shooting foul, so he'll shoot 2. The second on number 23, the 8th team foul for the Warriors. El Reno with 5 team fouls, and James Revelis has fouled out.
Nice shot.
1 for 2 goes the elder Romanos and draws the Indians to within 10, 65.
Excellent trap. Don't reach. We got a steal.
At it.
Excellent job.
You got a chance
Coach
to trap it
Hayden
here too.
has his hands over his head. He knew we had 2 points on that one.
But we got it back here. We've got to execute this. We have a 3-2 advantage. Go right to the rim, Evan. Yep. And then they're going to call an offensive foul. They're going to get Rossi with an offensive foul.
I'll keep my opinion to myself on that one.
Well, at this point, if you're an El Reno faithful, you can just assume when there's a foul, Kurt and I will be upset. I think that's just the trend when there's purple on the walls. So just assume that to be true for the remaining 3 minutes.
I will say that our defense is ramped up.
Great effort, another quick
There's
steal.
the deflect.
And a great pass. And he's going to get the and one basket. Excellent effort by the younger Romanos. Count the basket, he'll shoot 1.
You know, again, ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching this, you ought to be excited about these young players, how much and how hard they work, and they don't give up on plays.
Absolutely.
Or games. The game looked completely out of reach, and the boys in blue said, no, it's not.
And Carter has drawn it to within 7. 1 for 1 he goes on the back of the and one. 65-58. And another turnover, but they're going to get El Reno with a ghost foul. Coach Hayden wondering what the call is, and
that was a loose ball. It's just like a fumble. It's a loose ball.
They're going to get Rossi with a push. And the near side official was talked out of his call by the same official who assessed the technical earlier.
Correct.
The official who assessed the technical earlier has decided I am the biggest man in this building, and if you don't like it, you can leave. And the best officials, those who get paid the greatest sums of money, you never know they're there. A 1-on-1 free throw situation upcoming for the Warriors, incumbent upon the Indians to maintain their blockouts. First one goes in, the deficit back to 8. 2:41 to play.
Good block out by Evan on number 11. 11 has crashed the boards all night long. He's a heck of a player.
1 for 2 he goes. 58-66 now the deficit.
2 minutes, 39 seconds.
Run right to the rim, and he's going to draw a foul. And great move there by Rossi. He knows if I get a foul, I go to the free throw line. Every foul from here to the clock on 0, he's actually going to get 2. That's the 10th team foul, and the 4th foul called against number 1 for the Warriors.
Yeah. He did a great job right there going to the body, and he was like, I'm going to make you make this call.
First Rossi, Harjo free throw up and good.
Cashed in on it.
He did. 59-66 now the score.
With 2 minutes, 36 seconds left. El Reno has come all the way back from 28 down, and now they trail by 7.
I think if you can get this to within 6 and keep it there, it's just a 2 position. And we've done exactly that. 60 to 66 now the deficit. If you can keep it here in this range. And 57 whistles blowing all over the floor. Head coach Hayden beside himself, as he rightly should be. They just called a hand check on a foul where there were 4 people staring at the floor face down on their bellies.
Well, and number 11 had the ball in his hand, then his foot slipped, and then he went down and touched the floor with the ball.
You know, Kurt, I try really hard not to be critical of officials because they're human. But for the second night in a row, the Anadarko tournament has done itself a disservice with the officials just absolutely unraveling at the seams.
Well, I will say, number 11 did not walk. I mean, he did the splits.
No, absolutely.
The ball touched the floor. He did a great job.
Oh, yeah. Certainly not a travel there, but not a foul either.
No.
Just because it looks funny doesn't mean something went wrong.
Correct.
Sometimes funny things happen.
Yeah.
And not having a comprehensive, if I can't ask an official what is the definition of any given rule and they can't tell me perfectly, they don't need to be out here.
Great dribble drive there by Rossi. He is playing one heck of a ball game.
Great job by Evan to kill the dribble there. Dom's got him pinned on the sideline, and he stepped out of bounds. Dom forced the turnover. Excellent effort by Dominic Havern. And then this guy comes out of nowhere from 75 feet away with a foul. Or are they saying Anadarko called the timeout first? They're saying Anadarko called the timeout first.
He did not call the timeout first.
In order to call a timeout, you have to have team possession you have to have player possession of the basketball. Because, Kurt, you and I both know there's a difference between player possession and team possession. And in order to call a timeout, you have to have team possession and player possession. There's no player possession when the ball's in the air.
No. No, and when he threw it, he was standing out of bounds when he caught it. That's why he called that. And the ball was in the air, so nobody had possession of it.
And my favorite is the Anadarko fans calling for a technical foul, but they couldn't explain to me what the technical foul rule says in the book.
No.
And I will say, great discipline by the officials. Coach Hayden went back in the huddle understandably frustrated, and they sat on it. Because if you light Hayden up there, he's headed to the locker room. And he might yet still be headed that way. We'll see.
The other 2 officials are looking at the official that has made 3 egregious calls in a row, like, what are you doing?
He has put them on an island. And he is running for his life to the corner. And if you understand the rotation in a 3-person rotation, that's not where this official should be. He's supposed to be table side based on the rotation when the ball became dead, but he is scared and standing in the corner.
That's exactly correct. Put the pressure on them, and we're doing a good job. Don't foul, don't reach, you don't have to.
Great effort there by Evan to challenge that shot, and it turned a shot into a pass.
Good help right there by Evan.
And then he's going to draw the foul. Minute 51 to play. El Reno trails by 6, 68-62, in what has rapidly become a 6-on-5 battle.
Evan did a great job reading that. He was behind, so he was not the defender, the primary defender, and he came from the offside and made the block.
Topai is going to go to the free throw line here. First one's up, he rattles it, but it falls. It counts the same whether it's clean or not. 63-68 now the differential. Second one short, but an offensive rebound opportunity. Hayden calling for a travel, probably with good basis to do so. Don's going to fight near the sideline, and he draws the foul. He does draw the foul, and it's going to go in favor of the Indians. Great effort by Dominic Havern to seal his man off and draw the foul on the near side.
Yes, and I like the fact that the official that was the official in that area made the call.
Absolutely. We didn't reach all the way across the Pacific Ocean to call a foul from Tokyo in San Francisco. If you feel so inclined to make a call from that distance, run in position and get in position to make the call from short range. Senior leader spins one out, no good, goes the first one, 63-68, 5-point difference, a minute 38 to check that minute 39 to play rather. Second free throw up, and Dom knocks that one down nice and clean. 64-68, 4-point differential.
Good trap right there. Don't reach. Make them make the mistakes. And we got
gets the great transition basket. 66-68, El Reno trails by only 2.
Minute 26 to go in the ball game. We get a steal.
And you know what? Assistant Coach Fred Slaughter is doing a fantastic job keeping the El Reno bench in check.
He absolutely is.
You don't want to pick up a cheap technical foul here. Coach Hayden hadn't been hit with a technical, so he still has the ability to work his coaching box, and you don't want him to lose it due to lack of discipline. So great effort by Coach Slaughter. That'll never show up anywhere, but he does a great job of keeping the El Reno bench seated. And that's, in football, we call that the get-back coach.
Yes.
Right, so great job. And no good.
Topai did a great job
blocking
right there.
His man out, absolutely.
Good block out.
Evan's going to lead the break.
To the younger. And we are in the lead. Reno is up by 1, 69-68. Once down by 28. And the young El Reno Indians are back in it.
And Kurt, I'm going to have to go see a cardiologist after this. This is like, as an Oklahoma State Cowboy fan, you think you'd get used to this feeling, but you never quite do.
Well, to say I am proud of these young men, 2 nights in a row from big deficits, coming back and giving themselves opportunities to win.
And a very young squad, too. Minute 16 to play. It's a 60-second timeout, but I don't think it's worth going to a commercial. It's a lot more fun here than it is on the ad stream. 69-68, El Reno takes their first lead, I think, ever. They fell back. They fell behind early 2-0. I don't think they've led at all.
Right, and Coach Hayden made a great adjustment when he pulled all of his big men off the floor, went with his smaller lineup, and full court pressed.
And folks at home, I know the audio is distorted. It's because of the volume in this gym. We're doing everything we can to keep a clean audio feed for you. But this gym is rocking and rolling. Kurt and I are sitting side by side with headsets on. I can't hardly hear him. Minute 8 to play.
El Reno just needs to keep people in front of them, play good solid defense, don't reach, and block out.
It's almost worth fouling a bad free throw shooter.
Correct. We almost had a travel by number 20.
Good defense. Rodney thought he had a travel. He was asking for a 5-second count. Inside 45 to play.
Great job.
We'll see if Rossi's able to rotate.
I'm telling you, the El Reno Indians are playing some great ball.
And they're going to call it for a block. Are you kidding me? This is the second worst call in the history of basketball. Again, by the official who is now the most hated person in Caddo County.
You know, Rossi did a great job. He may have leaned a little bit, but they knew who was going to the hole and got in line. And
blockouts are going to be key here. Blockouts are going to be super key. First one's up and in.
So we've got a tie ball game with 36 seconds to go.
Yep. 69 always. Dom's going to go to the bench. Trey Davis checks in for situational subbing. Tied at 69 apiece. Blockout's going to be key by the blue jerseys here.
Good block out.
Rebound secured.
Excellent job by Evan.
That's actually the younger. That's Carter. Carter grabs that rebound. To tip it, keep it alive, and then Carter secures it. He doesn't push it. He eats it. El Reno into the front court with the opportunity to take the last shot. 20 seconds and counting. We're tied at 69 apiece. El Reno's going to be content to win it right here. Any free throw is going to go to the free throw line. Rossi dribble handoff, top of the key, and that pass intercepted. Yeah, I think that's a good call. He reached, he shouldn't have, and he knows it. That's going to be a 2-shot foul with 8 seconds, just under 8 to play. And that's a freshman mental error there. He was frustrated with himself at the turnover, said, I'm going to get it back right here.
Correct.
Freshman mental error. And those are mistakes that will get corrected as his game time goes up, as his experience goes up. Those are mistakes that will get corrected.
Yes, now we have to block out.
Yep. The first one's no good. Best he can go is 1 for 2. And Rodney's out of timeout, so he can't call a timeout to set something up here, but he's already got something in mind. He's coached it at the timeout.
I like the way our boys are talking to one another for assignments. You've been here. Great rebound by Trey Davis.
El Reno's got 4 on the clock. 3, got to get it into the front court and get a look. And 32 minutes is not enough. We're going to take a few more. There's going to be a 60-second break. We're going to take it with you. We'll be right back. You're watching El Reno.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
32 minutes wasn't enough. We're going to play 4 more and see how far that gets us. We're headed into the first overtime, tied at 69 apiece. El Reno fighting back from a 28-point deficit. On the floor for the Indians, Dominic Havern, Matt Topai, Evan Romanos, Carter Romanos, and Trey Davis.
Good job by Trey right there.
El Reno wins the tip, the alternating possession arrow to the Warriors. Dribble handoff. Great skip pass. Transition, or rhythm 3, no good. Good battle by Romanos, and a good job avoiding contact. No contact by Romanos. If you don't make contact, you can't give the officials a decision. Although this officiating crew has proven me wrong more than once today.
Well, it's not necessarily the whole crew.
No. And nobody has a perfect day, but hopefully everybody's worst day isn't the Anadarko tournament.
Correct. We need to talk more on defense.
Absolutely.
Make sure our assignments are there. Boys are doing a good job.
And it's a great reset opportunity here. That 60-second intermission between the end of regulation and the start of overtime is big to help get heart rates down.
Good double team right there.
That's off. Great
nice.
rebound
by Trey Davis.
Fundamental rebound. Caught it at the high point. Caught it with it in the chin position.
Good job by Dom. Kick it out.
A great shot fake by Evans. Going to get the drive. He thought he had contact, and he rips it free. Loose ball on the floor. There's a pile of jerseys. That's going to be a held ball in favor of the Warriors. But great effort by everybody in the blue jersey. I think every blue jersey was on the, well, Dom was back as the safety valve, as he should be.
Right.
All other 4 blue jerseys were in the pile, so great effort by the El Reno, essentially the press cover unit there.
Correct. Here we go. Let's set the trap. Good trap. We got the steal.
Topai needs to go right to the basket. Topai's got to go right to the basket. He can't pass it there. And that's what Rodney's looking at. Say, hey, just go to the basket. The worst you're going to do is going to get fouled.
Yeah, Dom was in position for an offensive board or a block, and he was also wrapped up. I will tell you that right now.
Yeah, I've given up on the officials doing us any favors tonight. At this point, I hope they don't just sabotage it. That'd be my. Yep.
We went to trap in the corner, and
folks, we may be having a streaming disruption. We're trying to restore the stream as best we can. And Kurt, I could be wrong, but it's been a while since I've seen a high school basketball player fall over on their own accord.
That's exactly what number 11 for Anadarko did in that situation a while ago, and
we got
there was no call.
Yep. Timeout, and Anadarko has used one of their 3 remaining timeouts. This is a 60-second timeout. We're going to take it with them. You're watching El Reno basketball on ElRenoIndians.tv.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-08.
Timeout period drawing to an end. Warriors have 2 timeouts left. El Reno has 1. We're tied at 69 apiece. 90 seconds, a little less than 90 seconds into the overtime period. I believe we've got the streaming issue resolved. I think we got it resolved during the break. Maybe a little bit of audio static interference, but you're going to have to bear with us. Tied at 69 apiece.
We've got a good job going on defense right now. Guys are matched up.
2:18
Anadarko is resetting.
2:15 to play, tied at 69 apiece. Good decision by Carter. He had a look at the pick, he didn't get it cleanly, decided not to go through the body.
Yes.
And I wouldn't be surprised here, Kurt, if Anadarko doesn't just decide to hold the basketball. We're tied at 69 apiece. They're under 2. El Reno can't call a timeout because they don't have the ball.
Or can we? No.
Well, based on this group's interpretation, I guess anything is possible. Great
Excellent.
defense. But you know what?
Excellent defense and very good play by number 23, high off the glass.
Answer bucket is big here. Great rebound by Evan. Fights up with his left hand and he gets it to fall. We're tied 71 all. 71 apiece. We're inside 90 seconds to play, tied all the way across.
Evan has done many things in the last 10 minutes of this ball game that will never show up on a stat sheet.
Oh, absolutely. Rebounds, blockouts, defensive stops, defensive challenges, changing shots. It won't show up as a deflection. It'll show up as a change shot. And again, same thing. And the El Reno fans booing, holding the ball at the half court. But you know what? You do what you got to do to win.
That's a good strategy.
If it's going to get you a win, you do what you got to do. There's no style points, and if holding the ball means that you get a chance to win the ball game, so it goes.
Yeah, absolutely.
As a fan of basketball, I don't like it, but as a player, you do what you got to do to win.
Right. And it's frustrating to many of these boys and girls that play AAU ball because they do have a shot clock, and it keeps that away. Keep away is what I meant to say.
Yep.
Basketball.
30 seconds to play, tied 71 apiece. If they keep floating that nice lazy pass, somebody's going to go get it. Looks like they are going to be content to try to win it. Coach Hayden signaling, get up here, challenge these passes. Don't make it easy. They set the trap.
10 seconds to go.
El Reno looking for an offensive foul, not seeing it. Coach Hayden directing his players.
El Reno with the steal.
And he's saying, just hold it, just hold it. Great decision. Great decision, a timeout called. Yeah, so Coach Hayden says, I called the timeout with more than .1 on the clock. This official knows exactly how much time is on it. He's going to go put time back on the clock. So great move by Coach Hayden there, yep. And great officiating by this official. So that's going to be a 60-second timeout. We'll step away. As soon as they reset the clock, we'll give you the new math when we get back. You're watching El Reno basketball.
35 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Team up with Pioneer iVideo and start streaming the most popular TV shows and movies from your favorite devices today. Download the iVideo app and start watching anywhere in your home using Pioneer Internet. Each package includes free high-definition and cloud DVR features like Video on Demand, Restart TV, and Replay TV, just in case you forget to record a program. Visit gopioneer.com for more details and compatible devices. Some restrictions apply.
back to it. Looks like they have put 3 seconds on the clock. It went from 1/10 to 3 seconds. El Reno tied up 71 apiece in the first overtime. And El Reno's going to have, by rule, I don't think it can be a catch and shoot. I think it has to be a tip. So expect El Reno to run 2 up and set a double screen, leak 1 through the middle, throw it long, and try to get a long 94-foot alley-oop look at the basket.
Yeah, it's 3 seconds, not 3/10 of a second.
Oh,
so we
nice catch. You're right. Thank you, Kurt. That's 3 seconds. That's time for 2 bounces and a pull,
yes,
or a long pass, 1 bounce and a pull. That's a decent look at it, and it nearly goes. We need 4 more minutes. You're watching El Reno basketball. We'll step away.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back, always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
"32 minutes wasn't enough, 36 minutes wasn't enough, and we're going to take this to college length. We're going to try and play 40 and see if that's enough."
Second double overtime game of the year.
Yep.
We came up a little bit short the first time, and so this time,
against a very good McGinnis team.
Good feelings out there for these boys. 28 down, fans. You got to remember that.
Absolutely.
At one point, it was 59-31.
Dom nearly jumped that. The alternating possession arrow to the Indians as the Warriors have won the jump ball. Tied 71 apiece. And keep in mind, Kurt, only 2 points were given up in that first overtime. El Reno fans calling for travel, maybe a little bit of merit to the argument. In any event, El Reno trails by 2, 73-71. And they're going to send that the other way, although the defender was out of position. But again, so lots of issues here. Not only is the official wrong with the call, and not only was he not in position to make the call, he didn't even move from his spot to report the foul. He reported the foul from 60 feet from the table. That's refereeing 101. I mean, that's day 1 of referee camp.
I agree.
And that pass overthrown in favor of the pass. And the Anadarko coach looking at his point guard saying, what are we looking at here?
Yeah.
So no harm, no foul there.
This has been a well-played game.
Absolutely.
I mean, both, and there's been runs and
great high-low pass. Trey Davis unable to handle it. And then they're going to get, who are they going to get for a hold here?
They're going to call it on Trey.
And that's, I'm not, again, don't love the call. Of course, let's be honest. Based on the Anadarko standards, I haven't liked a call since December.
Reno, number 24, Trey Davis.
3:14 to play. Both teams with 10 fouls, so any defensive foul is going to shoot 2. El Reno now has foul issues with Trey Davis. He's on his 4th foul. He got nowhere to go. First one's up and in. El Reno trails by 3. Guys, we're trying to keep the stream alive. This gym is packed and everybody's on their phones rather than watching the ball game like reasonable humans.
Okay. Coach Hayden has decided to go small again. Trey Davis is coming out, and he's replaced by Rossi Harjo. Rossi did an excellent job on the comeback.
No good on the second one. El Reno trails by 3. That miss was big. That defensive rebound was big. And Rossi was pushed all the way out of bounds with no whistle. Mental error starting to plague the Indians, and then he's going to call Evan Roman nose for a push on the sideline. This is absolutely incredible, Kurt. Again, for the folks at home,
I thought he was completely out of bounds.
Yeah.
He was standing right by his coach, out of bounds.
For the folks at home, Kurt's not a speechless individual. Kurt's about like me, fairly opinionated. And it's not too often he just sort of sits aghast, but that's sort of the situation we find ourselves in late this Saturday evening. 75-71, I'm sorry, the 76-71. Still have just under 3 to play, so opportunities to get stops and buckets.
Absolutely. We're not out of it at all.
Great drive by Dom. He's going to get the edge, turns the corner, and he gets it to fall. 73-76.
Okay, here comes the press. Rossi is hustling back, and what a great job by the young man.
You know what? That's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah, and Coach Hayden looking at him saying, hey, give me the timeout. Great effort to kill the break. You can't give up a transition basket there.
That's right.
So although you're called for the travel and it'll go down as a turnover, still a great effort.
Great effort by Rossi right there.
We're still showing that we may have some intermittent streaming issues. Guys, we're doing everything we can here, I promise.
So we'll keep you informed. 2 minutes, 34 seconds. El Reno trails 73-76 in the second overtime.
Yep. And they've battled back from down 28. If you're waiting on the girls' game, it'll be a few more minutes. And a timeout called by Anadarko. They're down to 2 timeouts. Each team gains another timeout going into the second overtime period. This will be a 60-second timeout. We'll take it with them. You're watching El Reno basketball.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new...
Looks like we've been able to restore the stream. 2:34 to play. El Reno trails by 3. The Warriors to inbound. Great defense by Trey Davis. And he checked in during the timeout. Great coach all the way. A great follow-up. No good. Still battling. On the floor go the Indians, and a timeout called by Coach Hayden. Good timeout there.
Excellent job.
It should be El Reno ball in front of the Indian bench. And this will be a 60-second timeout. And that's El Reno's final timeout of the second overtime. 76-73 the deficit. 60 seconds. We'll take it with them. You're watching El Reno basketball.
Phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics.
We're back to it. 2:23 to play. El Reno trails by 3, 76-73 in the second overtime. El Reno's used their last time out. Both teams in double bonus. Trey Davis has 4 fouls. James Revel is fouled out on a questionable technical foul in what has been a questionably officiated game. El Reno doesn't have to have a 3. If they get a good look, they'll shoot it. If they get an easy layup, you take it and you play defense.
I like the patience that we're showing.
Yep.
We're looking for that great screen right there by Trey Davis.
And it's the look we wanted. Trey Davis fights back up and gets it back in the basket.
Great offensive board, kept it high, didn't bring it down, didn't give anybody a chance to block his shot.
Great pass. Credit the Warriors for that pass. And that's probably going to be the dagger. 75-79, a 4-point differential, which makes it a 2-possession game.
Minute 42 seconds. We've got plenty of time.
Rossi, the step back pull up 3 rattles out. I see what he's trying to do, but I think you make a couple of passes to see if you can get an open shot there. And if you're Anadarko, all you do is hold it and you win. Not sure why Big Fella would even try and drive there, though. I got to be honest.
Great pick right there by Topai.
Draw the foul. He does. Score the basket.
He scores.
Score the basket, Matt Topai.
Great hustle. Individual effort by Matt Topai. I can't say enough about this young man, how hard he plays from the moment the ball is tipped till the time they walk in the dressing room. He never gives up on a play.
Topai at the line to attempt the back end of the bonus free throw rather on the back of the old-fashioned 3-point play.
Minute 13 to go in the ball game.
This will draw the Indians within 1, and he does.
Great job by Matthew.
Really, the only thing El Reno can't afford here is for the clock to run out or to give up a 3.
Good defense, working hard.
And a timeout called by Anadarko.
Very good. Had he not...
And great timeout by Anadarko. Coach Hayden had the trap set.
Yes.
The one player who had a look at catching the pass, El Reno had a guy spying him.
That's correct. And they had used 7 seconds.
Yep. 66 seconds to play in this one. This is a 60-second timeout. Warriors down to their last. El Reno trails by 1, 79-78. You're watching El Reno basketball. We will be right back.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst gets you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Support your school's Booster Club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Team up with Pioneer iVideo and start streaming the most popular TV shows and movies from your favorite devices today. Download the iVideo app and start watching anywhere in your home using Pioneer Internet. Each package includes free high-definition and cloud DVR features like video on demand, Restart TV, and Replay TV, just in case.
Welcome back after the timeout. El Reno on defense, 66 seconds in the second overtime. El Reno trailing by 1, 79-78 in a third-place game. El Reno still in their press. Good ball pressure by Rossi. Dominic gets there. Are they going to count that basket? My question is, what else does Dominic Havner have to do? He beat the man to the spot. He didn't bail on it. He took the contact square to the teeth. What else are you supposed to do? If I'm Coach Hayden, Dom comes to me and says, Coach, what did I do wrong? My answer is nothing.
And they actually didn't call that on Dom. They called it on Carter.
I'm not sure how they called it on Carter. He was about 8 feet away from the play.
Correct.
But I guess if you don't know who did it, you just guess.
50 seconds to go. El Reno Indians down by 4. Beautiful three-point shot right there. Excellent job by Carter. Dom gets a excellent defensive tie-up
for the second game in a row.
And he gets called on a reach-in. Unbelievable.
But credit to Dominic. He's played nearly 40 clock minutes and has his first foul.
The El Reno offensive player turned right into him, literally handed him the ball, and he gets a foul called.
First free throw's up and in. El Reno trails by 2, 83-81. Sorry, guys, trying to catch the score up for you. Second one goes, 84-81. Still a three-point game. El Reno's got good looks at it. Inside 40 to play, clock running. Dribble handoff. He sees him spotting up in the corner. I think that ball was tipped. Rattles around, and that's going to be chased down. Great effort by Rossi. And I think if I'm Anadarko, I foul there. They end up. Yeah, this official's given up. This official who's called the technical foul, he's quit this game. He's just here drawing his paycheck at this point. You can see he blew the whistle, just sort of floated his hand in the air. He's walking down the floor. He's quit.
It's a great take by Rossi.
Yeah.
He got bumped, went down hard. Fortunately, he is okay. He slid into the cushion.
Yep, safety mats at the end of the end line there. First one rattles down, and although not the dagger, mathematically, statistically, puts this game away, makes it a 2-possession game, a 4-point differential, El Reno trailing 85-81. Although you'd like to see a miss here, I don't know that it helps you statistically at all.
Right.
5-point differential now.
18 seconds to go in the game. El Reno down by 5.
Transition 3 looking short. That's going to be rebounded by Evan.
Back
Another
to Carter.
three that's going to be blocked out of bounds. But you know what? If you're Carter, you keep shooting.
Absolutely.
You can't get it all at once, but you need at least a 3. There's not enough time to get 2 possessions.
Correct.
If you can score quick and then foul, because you're out of timeouts, I don't know that you need to reverse that. I think first touch shoots that. And El Reno going to be content to run it out. 86-81 on the back of a fantastic comeback.
Great comeback. 2 nights in a row and just came up short.
86-81 the final. We'll step away for a few minutes. We're going to rekey the girls' game. We're running at least an hour and a half behind on the ladies. Stay with ElRenoIndians.tv. We'll have a new link up for you shortly.